Good morning. Very, very little sleep. Long drive, worn body. Very long weekend ahead. With little expected quiet time. I just came in for a little soak in the hot tub before the day starts. Thought I'd do a little reading. And thought this might be a good time for meditation because I'm kind of in a big room in the early morning. Nobody here. And I kind of looked up and I saw these big beams kind of holding open a square of light. And kind of all around is glass, openness, and water, lightness. And I see these big beams while my body settles into a soak, supported by the water. I thought about the sensation of support. Sorry for the background noise there. See if we can balance the camera a little. That's what my fingers are doing. So, I'm kind of feeling those rigid, sort of bulky beams that support the relatively flat roof, and how they offer support. They're a particular inflexibility. Meanwhile, stretching my hips, lifting a leg, and feeling into the support of the water as I stretch my lower back and hips, and I'm feeling a different variety of support. And then when my leg finds the support of the cement bounds of the hot tub, kind of feel another support within the water. And then of course my bones, not unlike the bones of this building, offer another type of support to my flesh, although perhaps harder to sense while I'm resting on the seat in the hot tub or in the water. So I just come into various considerations of a notion of support, and my meditation will just be to settle into a relationship with those notions. So as usual, the physical support, the physical aspect of meditation is the easiest. Of course, that's quite relative. But what is my personality supported by? Is it supported by a variety of fears and jealousies, anxieties and concerns? Is it supported by an underlying void? So I'm kind of coming into and easing into a relationship with the notion of support and at least some of the various examples of it that come to I and come to mind. And the meditation, after we take a few moments, will follow. So consider support. You know, where is the support for you? So take a few breaths. Of course, this meditation likely be most productive for the beginner standing. But we are never without some support. So laying down, we're supported. So breathing, entering into the stillness of body and mind. Breathing. Even at the end of the exhalation, when the breath leaves the body, you may feel the renewed support of your more moving torso by some unmoving parts of the trunk. For example, laying on your back and inhaling, the belly rises. On the exhalation, the belly returns to the support of the lower body, the back of the body, the buttocks, the spine, the lower back. But during the inhalation phase, there is support by the breath, supporting the rising chest and belly. And so it's really moving from form of support to form of support, rather than support to non-support. Sounds like an airplane overhead, so that may sound odd to you. So we've come into relationship with some notions of support, and we're just going to feel into them, rest into them, release into them. As we come into sensation with some variety or varieties of support, we may find it possible to offer more to them, which may feel like trust. It may simply be born of understanding of what can be born, and that weight may not be physical. A hug is a wonderful example for me of this perfect mutual support, where one enters into a hug and releases and relieves themselves of the self-support that they had been enduring, sometimes rather fully. But in the same moment, they become a support for the one being hugged, the one from whom they are receiving a hug. Of course, I'm dancing around the words because I don't believe you can give a hug or receive a hug. A hug is shared. There's a mutuality, what I feel is a perfect balance of support supportive, receiving, giving support. And so as you release from your own self-supporting burden, at least to some extent, and you receive another, so you probably can't see, but I'm lifting my leg, letting it settle back down, lifting my head to buoyancy, or relative buoyancy, feeling it supported. It's a nice practice in the water because once the sort of buoyancy leaves and you feel the sinking, we don't think of sinking as support. We're gonna just think of it as falling or a lack of support or failure of support. But of course, what is sinking continues to be supported by the water. But a particular volume of water receives the support and passes it on immediately. So there's a flow. And even in the beginning, when my foot is floating at the top, it's supported by the water at the very, very bottom of the tub, which is supported by the tub, which is supported by the foundations of the building, which is supported by the bedrock. My ideas of all of which are supported by the sky, the creativity, the void. So feeling into support, releasing and relieving oneself of a particular aspect of support, discovering new support, whether it be physical, psychological, emotional, mental, spiritual, whether it be personality, whether it be the breath. Feel the face supported by the scalp. Feel the face supported by the shoulder girdle. Feel the face supported by the tendons. Feel the face supported by the ligaments, the ligamental structures. Feel the face supported by the skull. Feel the face and its particular shape supported by the emotional state you're in. And then recognize as you come out of the meditation that you don't cease being supported. You merely choose a specific support or set of supports. So you choose those supports. Likely to some degree consciously. So take a few moments to begin to come out of the meditation and choose those supports. And I'll try and do the same as you do. Thank you very much.